Hello, stream.
Goodbye.
He, literally, I have all this time where I'm setting up, and he could have given me a kiss and a head pat the entire time, and he didn't, and waited until I started. Ah, yes, he was ring 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 banana phone with his mom, is the reason. Hiya, everyone. How you doing? Yes, moi. How are you doing? I hope you're doing all right. We're gonna be playing some Sherlock Holmes today on the suggestion of Jade. I was planning on doing Devil's Daughter, and then Jade suggested that I actually do the game before this, which I didn't actually realize was also part of that quote-unquote series. So this is Crimes and Punishments. I have no idea about this game at all. It is from, besides like it being from 2014, I think that's right. And I know that there's a dog in it. I think they're a basset hound. Or a French bulldog. Or an English bulldog? There's a dog in it. And they're very wrinkly. That's all I remember. I found it fun. Bought the bundle, actually. Oh, nice. So how I believe we're gonna actually... Honey? Come here, please.
No.
While I say this out loud, I want you to agree with me. So, House of Ashes comes out on the 22nd, right? Which is Friday.
Oh, it's next Friday?
Yeah, it comes out on the 22nd, right?
Oh, wait. House of Asses.
No, not House of Asses.
Yes, 22nd ass.
Yes, on the 22nd. So the 22nd is Friday, which is a day that I'm taking on an extra shift to cover one of my coworkers. So I won't be able to play it that day, but Saturday is still available. So I was assuming that we would then play House of Ashes on Saturday of next week. Double feature?
I think it's all happening.
Oh yeah, that's true. You will be streaming as well. So yeah, we're going to be playing the next in the Dark Anthology series, which is called House of Ashes. We have done Man of Medan and Little Hope on stream together. We do it every single year, and we actually have some heart rate monitors this time. So you will really know when we're actually scared, and we can't lie to you and say that we're not. So that's what we will be doing on Saturday of next week. And on Tuesday of next week, we will still be doing Crimes and Punishment. What? Wait. House of Ashes offers different levels of difficulty for QuickTime events. I could actually do some.
The game camera is 106 Facebook.
Oh.
Each player character is also equipped with tactical flashlight. Firearm.
Tactical flashlight.
On a firearm.
Tactical flashlight. So, that is what we'll be doing next week. No thanks, I don't want to read it. Archive for always or achievement for always petting the dog at the start of cases. Ah yes, this is an achievement I will get easily. But yeah, so I didn't realize that this was the start of this actual series. I thought that they were standalone games that were, you know, same character but their own story. Apparently not. So we're going to be doing Crimes and Punishment first. The little bit that I did read about the game, it said that this was supposed to be like a joke based on the novel, and I'm like, what joke? Stop talking to me. I don't want to know more about the game. You keep trying to spoil me. Stop. Stop. Yes, so another thing about why I'm doing this now is that the next one in this series, which technically happens at the very beginning, chronologically, time-wise, comes out next month. So that was another reason. Huh?
Everybody have fun!
Everybody have fun. Wow. So we'll see how that goes. My god, my hand today. Hello. No, stop being a demon. Thank you. All right. I think that is enough prelude. Let's get right into it. I can't read that. Ah. In memory of the Ukrainian heavenly hunt. Wait. Wait. Okay, good. My closed captions is on. Oh no, I skipped it. Oops. Sorry. Fuck. Sorry, everyone. I've ruined it. Ruined everything. To be banished. I just clicked back into the game. I didn't think you would pass it. Sir?
Holmes.
It says that this is move. It's clearly not move.
Holmes, will you stop that?
Bruh.
You are
Dab, dab, dab.
utterly mad.
Sir. No wonder his landlady hates him.
Stop, Holmes.
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded.
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
Oh. How do you hear the vases, dude?
Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
How do you know him by
You
the
can
sound of
see
his
me.
feet?
Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
Oh.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only
Bruh.
sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain
Help.
work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done
Robin
this time?
Hood.
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
Outer reserve.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
So, okay. So when we meet him, he is blindfold and shooting some vases that were given to him by someone who was very grateful that he solved a mystery for them. I mean... Okay. Hands, please. Okay, fine. You know what? Go away, hands. Unplug hands. Show me the puppy. Where is the puppy? Oh, There's a lady. Hi, lady. You're a dog.
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've made here.
You know you like the opening. I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said I was surprised. How is it being a peeping Tom? Nothing happened.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
So, tasks are investigate murder of Peter Carey, inspect the crime scene at Woodman's Lee. Sorry about that. Peeping Tom, shame. Select a suit to wear using your personal wardrobe and join Lestrade at Woodman's Lee. Inspector Lestrade pays a visit to Baker Street, where he relates to Holmes the grotesque affair that involved the former captain known as Black Peter. That's a little ways away. Profile of the victim. Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, born in 1845, so 50 years old. He achieved great success in whale hunting in Scandinavia. Retired. In 1884, eventually moving to Woodman's Lee. So this is all the past information that I have. I love his use of the red string. Also, please let me know if the sounds are a little bit too low, if you want me to raise them up. I lowered them just out of fear that the game was going to be super, super loud. But let me know if they're a little bit too quiet.
A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful.
A whale hunter, you say? Well, I'm glad someone did something about the gacha players.
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
I'm sorry. I shall snoop in Watson's room. Well, there's nothing to snoop in here. Where's this dog? Do I not get to pet the dog? Dog. Super loud with that pop pop. Yeah, I was afraid that it was going to be loud, so I turned it down preemptively, but apparently, like, with the really loud sounds, it's not down enough. And then with the rest of them, it seems like they're very quiet.
I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here.
Oh, I need to get a suit, don't I? Am I stealing from... Oh, there's another door. I am blind. I can't see. Is there anything to snoop in here? Yes, snooping in my own things. Don't worry about it. Ooh. Like, yes. Light suit. How to make him look like Robert Downey Jr. Oh yeah, we're going with glasses. Do I want... No. Ew. Salvador Dali? Is that you? I want him to just be like a little bit scruffier, because he's already a little scruffy, but I just want a little bit more scruff, you know? Fine, Holmes. They're not available? Why? Are you telling me the glasses are unavailable? Aw. Unavailable glasses. Like if you cry ever, Tim. So there's a little mat for Toby, the dog, who I'm assuming is the dog. But he's not on the mat. Forbidden glasses. Also, I would sincerely hope that he would not be blindfolded shooting while there was a dog in the room. Fine. No dog for me. Oh, he looks so sweaty. Toby is Watson's name sometimes? But his name is John. Huh. Just the image of Watson kneeling on that little mat next to him.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Mr. Holmes. No worries.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Ooh. Concentrate your attention on finding details. Ooh.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
So we have Holmes' vision.
Mr. Holmes?
Yeah, thanks.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Anything unusual that night?
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Ooh, that's not a good look. Oh. I'd have a bite of snack. Evening before the murder.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
When was the body found?
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Did he have visitors?
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
Is there a gardener? Well, actually... let me stare intensely at you. Birdhouse. Love. Religious. Cameo. I like this aspect. I've never seen it before. Notice all the details. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons that I really liked the first Poirot game, because it had a system that was really similar to this, where you could notice things about a person and be able to call them out. And for some reason in this newest one, they just didn't have that. You can make wrong guesses, fair warning. Alrighty. Am I able to do that again? No, that's everything.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
I was about to say, how did he know that? But, oh, fuck.
Never mind.
What? Ah! I took a bite right as that was happening. I didn't realize that I'd have a quick time event. Oh, shit. Okay.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Well-kept garden. Profile of the victim. This woman... Judith Carey is a woman with an uneasy life due to her unhappy marriage with Peter. She's very religious, Christian Catholic woman who undertook a St. James Way pilgrimage when she was young. Okay. So, pilgrimage.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Judith is from the country, somewhere near the ancient pine woods of Iverness and Strathspey, in Scotland, where the crested titbird can keep doing the wrong thing. Found. She is religious and undertook a St. James Way pilgrimage to the when she was a young woman. Nothing to say about the alcohol? Okay. He walks with so much swagger. Pumpkin. See, perfect. This is very clearly a Halloween game.
It seems...
Okay. Tracks? No? Nothing?
Mr.
Hello?
Holmes?
Okay, nothing. Thanks. Big brain loves swag. I don't know if I've written that down, though. Hello, why am I in first person now? No, 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 go back, please. Oh no. Please let me out of first person. Okay, oh god. I was afraid for a second.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and
Jesus,
tamper
he's been
with
in
the
there since
evidence.
yesterday?
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
I'm gonna scratch the lock.
Let me see.
Alcoholic. That is also a reference to Sherlock, but not this, clearly. Yeah, I can only play games like in third person. For some reason, first person really just makes me feel sick.
These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
I want to look at the footprints. Thank you.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
Unidentified footprints left recently on a patch of wet earth at Woodman's Lee. They may have been left by the murderer. Perhaps I could find a pair of boots that would match them.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
What a terrible way to die.
Ooh. Someone just really just ran him through, huh? Well then. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's ignore the bot. He has a shark jaw. Cool.
The tooth of a sperm whale. Probably from one of Peter Carey's catches.
This section looks weird. Of the shelf. Yeah, that's what I thought.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps.
So
It seems that the
stuff was stolen.
Hammerfest. Dundee. It's a whaling map.
Quailing. I mean, I probably could have told you it was a whaling map without having to look at it. Beside, you know, like there's a giant whale on it. I don't think I need to be Holmes to be able to do that.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
I think the guy got the point. John, there's a man dead. You can't be making fun of him like that, even if it's funny. Oh, compass. Seems like a reasonable indicator. Maybe just.
Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting.
Boots? Do they match the ones
Peter Carey's
outside?
boots. They look to be a size 8.
Oh. That's actually kind of small. Well, I mean small for a man's foot, I guess. Guess he didn't have the guts for it. John. And he was run through with one of his own harpoons. That's unfortunate.
Harpoons for hunting whales.
They used to have a boss named Peter Carey. Oh, well, is this him? Can you identify this man? Also, how did this stove stay burning for a day and a half?
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded. Someone
Ew.
drank from this glass recently.
Why does it look like the glass is covered in rust? Nasty. So,
The
PC.
initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work. This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
Hey, I'm gonna do you one better, Holmes. It's a boat. Ah, I can move that. I didn't see. There we go.
Yes. This is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors.
Leaf. Speak of the devil, I'm eating salmon right now.
Rum, a sailor's drink. It seems that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
Probably helped him to bleed out faster, too.
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
Can I not open it?
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
There we go. Huh.
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Sea knife.
This wooden handle is plain and solid. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed. The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense. This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
What does Y do? Oh. Find a pair of related clues and they will form a deduction. Red color signifies unachievable clue. I would assume that the break-in attempt has to be with the notebook. Make an ambush. An ambush must be made tonight to see if a break-in attempt will be repeated.
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
So it's not just a jolly happy notebook? It doesn't look like it. Can I use my...
Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
Tobacco pouch made from sealskin, which was on the table inside Peter's cabin. The initials PC have been crudely burned into it. We have Peter Carey's boots, size 8. And outlined in dust is on one of Carey's shelves. Looks as if something has been recently removed. It is larger than a book, box, or a small chest. Perhaps. Organize an ambush. The serious intruder might return again to finish what he planned. Ready? I'm gonna do one last sweep. Okay, invisible wall.
Mr. Holmes?
Was Peter a smoker?
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Peter's private papers.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Thank you, madam.
Can I go in the house? No.
These boots don't match the footprints.
I like how it's just like step. Okay. Peter's boots don't match the footprints means that there was another man there. I'm gonna guess there's nothing, just to make sure. Because I wanted to look at these tracks. I wanted to look at these tracks earlier, but nope. Okay. And I believe there was nothing in here. Look at. Hello.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky.
And why is that?
Because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
Hi, Denchi.
Mr. Holmes?
Organized ambush. Next to the window.
This window is locked from the inside. I do not see any attempt at a break-in.
I'm doing all right. How are you doing? I hope you are all right as well. I like how he just has a boat in the middle of his garden.
We need to find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
There's so many invisible walls over here, though.
This looks like the perfect hiding place.
Oh, that was a hard cut. Throwing a few new emotes for my channel. Oh, nice!
Shh. Did you hear that?
Yeah, just talk out loud.
There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there.
God damn it. Invisible walls, man.
Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes?
All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocence? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't! I'm not... It's a terrible mistake!
Enough!
Why was your
You
notebook
can
here?
explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector, but please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
My head tracker, it is based on iPhone. Like the, you know, like Face ID for iPhone, it's that.
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
Thank you.
Mr. Holmes?
Interesting wanted poster. Staff room. Evidence room.
These are the suspect's belongings. The notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
From R. Dawson to my friend and partner, 1883.
And partner, 1883. To my friend, from R. Dawson. Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer. A pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin. A
It's a very old and chipped pocket knife.
A handkerchief with the initials JHN. Locked.
Boo. Morgue? Oh. I'm gonna get you dead. Excuse me while I, as Mr. Holmes, just sort of, like, run into everything and rub up against it to see if I can look at it closer.
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes.
Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But where did you find it? I did not know... I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh, no. I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan. The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
Oh, his hands. Short sleeves. That coat doesn't belong to him.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner. So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
Select the correct answer. Okay, fine. Damn.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Please, let me go. I'm innocent.
Carey is a non-smoker, mixing tin box. Peter Carey was impaled in the chest with a harpoon. Notebook with a bloodstain on it. Carey was armed with a knife, but he did not have time to use it. The murderer acted quickly and instinctively. Hmm. Oh, hi, Arfie. He was trying to get the notebook. Break-in attempts were made in order to recover the notebook that had been lying in a pool of the victim's blood. This proves the guilt of the person who made these attempts.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
I mean, you broke into someone's house, which is illegal. So the ring is from his dad. Coat is also from his dad. He hasn't smoked for a long time. Nelligan is approximately 19. He was raised in wealth, but after the desertion of his father 10 years ago, he and his family fell into poverty. He worked to earn money by cleaning fish. Despite undertaking such manual work for a considerable amount of time, Nelligan remains physically weak. He was just performing accelerated archaeology. Oh no. Yeah, yeah. I've always really liked that sound, so I use it. John Nelligan seems to not be a usual thief. It is true, it does seem strange that he is here. Do I have another one? No, I'm not trying to click it. Experiment required. We need to find out whether an unskilled and untrained man could use a harpoon well enough to kill it by fully piercing a body.
I need to stage a reconstruction. I'm sure that Watson would be happy to oblige.
Prepare for harpoon throwing experiment. All right. Hell yeah. Watson. Toby! Look at you! Oh, sweet
Brave
baby.
Toby, the best nose in the British Empire.
Chunky. Baby.
Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire.
I can't pat him. Let me pat Toby, please. Please let me pet the dog. Oh. Won't let me pet. Won't let me pet. I'm patting. Please believe me. Oh, no, that's not— Hi, lady. I want to pat the dog.
Brave.
Fine. We can only call him Brave at the moment. I will pet them whenever they let me. Hi, Watson.
A spot of whaling, Watson. Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No, but we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible. But if that is the case, then it alters many things.
I don't quite follow you.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man, morphologically, I mean?
Monkey.
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before.
Monkey.
On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
I mean, technically, pigs
No.
have thicker skin than humans
Thank
do.
goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Watson, let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass of a well-fed pig.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite nicely.
Brave Toby.
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire. I need to take a harpoon with me.
Okay, well, I guess I need to go Woodman's Lee first. It's very calm and peaceful here, even though, you know, there's a dead body. I'll just be taking one of these. I'm sure you don't mind, Mrs. Carey.
The experiment.
Avocado. I like the X on the butt. Just like, stab here.
Well, here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
Pig's blood is
To
gross.
indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise. Yet.
Yet.
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test.
Oh god. Ooh.
Holmes, you should try to aim better and throw as hard as you can.
I'm trying. What's in? I'm trying. This weapon will kill. I'm trying. Okay. Okay. Ah, God damn it.
The harpoon has struck the body, but with insufficient strength to pierce it straight through.
Nasty.
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right.
It just leaves the
Before we
harpoon.
go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
I mean, at least you can take them home and cook them. Don't just like... Can I take it back? No, I'm literally going to leave the harpoon here. Well. Okay. There's a Johnny Depp movie about hiding bodies in a garden. Which one? Deathly Hollow? No. Sleepy Hollow. He's done. It's no longer of interest or use. Oh, really? I'm gonna just check.
What am I doing?
Yeah, okay. Secret. Yeah, so just leave the harpoon there. It did its job. I couldn't pick it up. It wouldn't let me. You still say brave, Toby?
Brave.
Yep.
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
That's very negative of you, Watson. Also, why do you have 2 teacups? One in your hand and one on the table? That seems wasteful. And I don't appreciate it.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
Is it? I just realized that that's a tiger skin. Rings engraving. R. Dawson.
That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need.
Ah. Why Not Dynamite is a great name for a book, I must say. Is that about nicotine? Cocaine toothache drop. Nice.
That is not that is not the that is not the one. That is not that is not the one I need.
It seems that I don't have anything that would help me. Oh. Oh. So it has to be something in here, apparently, but it's none of the things.
That is not the one I
Ah, I am blind. Yes, you are correct, Jade. Ha ha ha.
That is not the one.
I can read, I swear. Dawson and Nelligan Investment Fund bankrupt. Nelligan missing. The Dawson and Nelligan Investment Fund, a regional banking institution based in Cornwall, has declared bankruptcy as a result of heavy losses in its loan portfolio and has accordingly been assigned for liquidation. Is the 23rd largest bank in Britain, and its bankruptcy is the second largest on record. The liquidation of the company is a pure catastrophe for many Cornwall families. Joshua Nelligan, one of the bankers, has since mysteriously disappeared. He was last seen aboard his yacht preparing for departure to Norway. Nelligan is wanted both by police and his creditors.
Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
I mean, if he was in Norway and specifically Peter was known for being in Scandinavia, that would be, you know, my first guess. Puppy. Look at him. Okay. Sorry, I needed to appreciate Puppy a little bit. Someone is using a typewriter as loud as they possibly can. Open. Hello.
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes. Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued.
There it is.
He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
I'm surprised that just as like a baseline thing that he didn't, you know, stare at all of the ship logs and remember them. Oh, I don't need to walk all the way out. I just realized. I can just fast travel. What is he reading, by the way? Is he reading Crime and Punishment? Because last time I saw him reading, he was reading in Russian, so it's highly possible.
"1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn.
Sea Unicorn crew list. Peter Carey, master. Charles Allison, first mate. Henry Joy, second mate. James Lancaster, helmsman. Patrick Cairns, harpooner. Pablo Coventrao, harpooner. Ned Land, harpooner. Joseph Walker, steward. John York, cook. Richard Lang, sailor. Simon Weeks, sailor. Isaac Page, sailor. Will Wright, sailor. Benjamin Tinsley, sailor. Matthew Granger, sailor. Rolf Talbot, sailor. Seth Fowler, sailor. Roger Fowler. Oh, brothers most likely. Sailor. Thomas Lawrence, sailor. Hugh Pattons, sailor, and Henry Shepard.
Log notes for June. Nothing unusual.
Thursday, June 8th. Light breeze through the day. Saw whale tail along the southeast. Just at night, 2 more ships in sight. Latitude 76 by 20 and longitude 20 by 45. By 45. I don't know how to read those. Unicorn, best name. I wonder why you think that, Jade. Wednesday, June 14th. Moderate wind from the east. Saw no whales today. Monday, June 19th. Light and variable wind through the day. Saw other whaling ship far away in the north. Saturday, June 24th. Strong wind from the south will go to the north. 1 year ago, there were a lot of whales.
Log notes for July. Nothing special.
July 1st, light wind from the north to the north-northeast. Saw 2 whales at northeast. Wednesday, July 6th. Strong wind from the north all day. Squally wind from northeast at night. Monday, July 28th. Strong breeze from the southeast. York got sick. Saw whale tail at east in company with Allison and Joy. Sunday, July 24th. Moderate wind from the east. Saw no whales today.
Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away.
Canadian Pacific Railway. Huh. In 250,000 shares of $1 each. Tuesday, August 2nd. Rather squally wind through the day and night. Saturday, August 6th. Squally wind from the northeast. Helmsman suspects incoming storm.
Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away. Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR. A torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
Wiggins might help find the crew of the Sea Unicorn. He should be somewhere at Baker Street. Okay. Wiggins.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they are still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Young
Yes.
Wiggins.
Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
Wiggins.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy! Just gotta look where the rum and the red lights are.
Where alcohol
Sorry
and
to trouble you,
prostitutes
Mr.
are.
Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank
Why?
you. I'll be there shortly.
Also, I don't know if Arfie can still hear me, but I just realized I didn't dab for you. Please let me know if you would like me to dab. Send a smoke signal. Red lights, best lights. You like prostitutes? Good to know.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Huh.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Disagree.
Breathtaking.
I love how he hates everyone. It's like, can you read? Oh yeah, because okay, fascinating. Cool. Do the thing for me. Thank you. Bye-bye.
These are the suspect's belongings. I wonder if these are connected. Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
Okay. So, missing papers and the missing tin box. Stolen valuable papers. Valuable bond certificates were kept inside the stolen tin box. Nelligan's motive. John Nelligan would have been caught stealing the bond certificates. This might have been a motive for him to murder Peter Carey. Also, I like how he goes when he's thinking and then goes when he stops thinking. As if it takes everything of his being to be able to
These
to be
are
able
the
to think this
suspect's
hard.
belongings.
I'm taking your boots.
Liam Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5.
They're definitely bigger than Peter's boots.
A pen. Nothing unusual about it.
Are you sure? How sure are you?
The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals. These are the suspects, but
So I'm gonna guess the proper chemicals comment means I need to go back to Baker Street. Focus really, really hard. Fresh stains. Mmm, tasty. What kind of stains? Juice? Yes. We'll cover
I need
the
to
letter.
prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Oh, I did it wrong. Oops. Does it mean that I need to do that individually? So orange, clear, orange, clear. Reagent refers to a chemical used to identify substances, typically. All stains are juice. Blood is juice. Oh no. I'll test that. Let's see.
No, something
No.
isn't right.
Okay.
I
So it
need
needs
to
to be all
start
done
the
then.
reaction from the beginning again.
Blue. Blue. I do not believe you should start with blue. It said that orange had to be third.
First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
It said blue was first. Or maybe I'm misunderstanding that. Yeah, I definitely would have failed chemistry at this point. That's true. Blue might not be first.
No, something isn't right.
Means third after blue, but not overall third. Fair? But see, that doesn't seem like that would be right, because maybe it's blue, green, blue, but I have to do the white ones last. So blue is first, fuckos! Sorry. Trying to confuse me? How dare you guys?
Done. Now I can proceed further.
Make me stray the wrong way. How dare?
This letter sheds a little light upon the mystery.
Knew blue was first. We were like, who's not first? Bitch. Hmm.
I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting. How would Hurtley react to this?
No, we've lost the beautiful stains. Interesting. It should have also worked with orange clear, then the sequence with blue to orange, with the last one being clear, as far as I understood the sequence of instructions. Yeah, but John, clearly you don't have the scientific mind that I do, like Mr. Holmes. Clearly we're just on a different level. It's fine. I knew, like Holmes, that blue was first. Ugh, I hated that. It has to be blue before orange. And it has to be 3 before orange. Meaning that blue, because there was 2 of them, had to go first. Or treating me like I was being silly. Well, guess what? You're the silly ones now. Eh. Go to Scotland Yard. Storing substances in test tubes, no proper ventilation. This is the 1800s. Free. Why would they do anything correctly in the 1800s? You know?
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely, and considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
We'll see. His eyes are gross. Oh, big scar. Ooh. That's the same one as on the book at the murder victim's house. Is he the gardener? What size your feet? You're a gardener. What did you hide?
So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, What did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
I did as you asked, and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one. But it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
Why'd you need to hide your
I will
tools?
check that, Mr. Hurtley. That's all for now.
Really? That's it?
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Hi, Aki.
Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside Peter Carey's cabin?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
I assume you had another purpose, to
you.
retrieve the bond certificates. Am I correct?
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. You can imagine my amazement. I spent months trying to find them, and at last I discovered that the original seller...
So sit back, relax, and enjoy a healthy dose of prolonged eye contact. 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 Prolonged eye contact.
I will see you soon, young man.
I hope you liked your prolonged eye contact. That unfortunately was over some exposition that was happening. So he said he was hiding his tools. I don't know. Yeah, let's go check his beat out at the crime scene. Probably should have done that before going to Scotland Yard, but oh well. I don't care how many men's shoes I need to steal, I will figure out who made these tracks. Step.
These boots match the footprints exactly.
I'm gonna ask the widow, see if she knows him. Well, first I guess I'll do this. Unexplained presence. Liam Hurtley's boots match the footprints at Woodman's Lee, thus proving he was there. Judith Carey denies that he was their gardener. I'm gonna ask her again. She didn't deny that he was a gardener. She denied that there was a gardener in the first place. Hi, ma'am.
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Really? That doesn't seem very truthful.
Thank you, madam.
You're stealing shoes? Yes. I am stealing men's boots to see if they fit in the footprints that are on the ground. Oh dear. A stranger arrested by the police. He is a former soldier who left the military after being wounded. He now lives a quiet life working as a gardener. Probably at Woodman Lee's. Damn it, I keep pressing the wrong buttons. No, multiple of boot is beat. Very clearly, Jade. It is beat. I will steal as many beat as I need to. This is in reference to, the Death Stranding video. My partner, as much as I love him, his brain left for a couple of minutes. And he said, what's the multiple of boot? Beat!
These are the suspect's belongings.
Yeah. Okay, let me talk to Liam again.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
You were literally caught there. What do you mean?
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Gardener?
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
Yeah. By the virtue of me finding footprints near the crime scene, I can deduce that you were the murderer since you do possess a pair of feet. Prove me wrong. Send me your feet pics. Would it be that shed up top?
Locked.
Hey lady, can you open this please?
Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
That was easy.
Madam. Let's see what could be hidden here.
Shed floor, wood planks, ill-fitting plank. Box. Ooh, interesting lock.
Let us see what is in this box.
Ooh. Hmm. Bunch of letters.
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hertley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship.
Oh, shit.
That is interesting.
Liam, my dear, you have been so good to me all the time that I have known you. I cannot describe these feelings, but I suppose that they are sinful and no good can come from them. I fear what might happen. I fear going against God. Bleh. Thank you for your care, but I cannot leave the man with whom I have been bound by God. It is his divine will, and thus my husband is the cross that I must bear. He makes my life a living hell, but bruises fade, and you must not worry for me. Oh, that's sad. Oh, stop. We're gonna sit on that for a second. Is that really it? There's nothing else in here? It's just... I guess we can't sit on it. Oh no. It was love letters. Yeah, I get that, but like... I'm still surprised that the letters here and then this letter are not connected somehow. What? John Negan is a victim of circumstance. He does not fit the portrait of the murderer either by physical or psychological description. Could have been caught stealing bond certificates. This might have been a motive for him to murder Carrie. Why? Did I already do it wrong? Bless you. See, the way you said that made me think immediately, like, made me second guess what I... No, stop. Deselect. I don't... Go away. That does seem... I feel like a gardener would be more likely to be able to kill him that way, and then it would give him motive for wanting to... get with his wife. I don't remember, to be honest, what the true endings are. Oh my god. You can't say, you should choose that more carefully, Opal, and then be like, expecting me to not immediately second guess and change my decision. My god. And as I say that, I am out of a drink. I'm going to take a very quick break. I will be right back. In just a moment. Your turn. Okay. Sorry about the wait. I didn't turn my sound back on. There we go. I plead Turtle. Turtle is slow. This is valid defense for bad statements. Is it? I think I'm gonna stick with my original, where he's innocent, and go back to Red. For now. Mostly because he doesn't fit the physical description of someone that could murder him. Because we had specifically said, with the harpoon, he didn't look strong enough to be able to do that. Also, his boot size was too small. So currently, I'm going to lean that he is innocent. I wonder if she'll tell me anything about the letters, actually. She will. Might need to reconcile the notebook, then to unread it.
Thank you, madam.
What do you mean?
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
What are you talking about?
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
You believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
That leads me to believe that he might have, possibly. Not forgive. Done. Though she still loves him. It's been confirmed that Liam Hurtley was flirting with Peter Carey's wife and even fell in love, but it didn't go beyond an affectionate but harmless letters and words. I don't. Can I not change that? Oh. Requires much greater strength than the average man to be able to pierce a man's chest with a harpoon all the way through the wall. A degree of skill would most likely be necessary. Two men in cooperation might achieve the same result. There is a remote possibility that an unskilled and untrained man could manage to pin. It could be luck. There is a small possibility. Desperate jealousy. Liam Hurtley loved Judith Carey so desperately that he jealously could have provoked him into committing murder. Would have? His presence on the night of the murder is explained by his affection towards Judith Carey and the fact that he worked there as a gardener. Relationship with Carey gives him motive for killing Peter. I'm gonna wait on that. Silence, crying woman. We must do science. Who's the other guy? The gardener. Now you can change it.
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
Hi, Wiggins.
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see.
Hugh Pattons, James Lancaster, Patrick Carrant, Pablo died a week ago.
This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC,
Which is the same as the tobacco.
that were found on the tobacco pouch. Wiggins, could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
Give me a minute. Once the exposition is done, I will explain.
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Thank you, sir.
So, the first one is a kid who is trying to break in. Currently, we're not sure fully of his motive. It's quite possible that Peter Carey was a non-smoker. It is quite possible that he was trying to steal back papers because his notebook was left in the blood after the blood was on the ground. So we're not necessarily sure, because he was trying to break into the room where the dead guy was, but we're not entirely sure. I literally can't change that. Check Patrick Cairns.
If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him, I had better dress as a sailor.
Rest up time. So currently we have a boy who's trying to steal back bonds that his father lost that were in Peter Carey, the dead victim's possession. I went into the wrong room again. This is Watson's room. Toby. And then the other guy is a...
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Is the gardener who was having a secret affair with the deceased's wife. Boo! None of the makeup is available? Come on. You can't say dress like a sailor and then not let me do it. Bandit, farmer, morning gown, sailor outfit. Fine.
Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch.
I figured I could give him a nice hat. You know, that's something sailors wear. They wear hats. But no. I have to put on a shirt and some suspenders. Eh. No hats for sailors. Right? Like giving him a beard makes sense.
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
Uh-oh. This is gonna be a quick time event, isn't it? Follow Patrick Cairns' facial expressions to understand his moves. Push, restrain, or idle. Plan your counter strategy. Pay attention to stamina. This is gonna take forever.
You were lucky. I wasn't focused.
Sure.
Let's go again.
Earring. Tattoo. No thanks.
I've had enough. You're too strong.
Come back later when you can use your arms again.
You literally
sit back, relax, and enjoy a healthy dose of prolonged eye contact. 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 Prolonged eye contact.
I hope you liked your healthy dose of prolonged eye contact.
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
Sure. Come on. Bruh, come on.
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink.
Blech.
You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
A harpooner? Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. With old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger, we sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumors about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar, and violent too. Swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant, and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she'd foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
And who was he?
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland Lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course.
Of course. Scribbles it down insanely quickly. Plant pouch. For the toilet.
Back in a second. I'm off to the Kazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
Here it is. Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
Wow, did he really
here. It's time to
just
leave.
be like, hey, I know the captain of in Moby Dick? Because he doesn't think this guy can read? Oh. Of course, he agrees while writing out notes patiently. So what happened next? Karen's pouch. Which Karen's? So rude. Just like, yeah, totally. I might know someone who might need your help, you know. Definitely not from a book. Cairns has confirmed that the pouch belongs to him. This means that he was at the scene of the murder, thus proves his guilt. Cairns confirmed the pouch belongs to him. This means that he was at... Doesn't necessarily prove that he is the murderer. Proves that he was there. If I say it was his guilt. What's the red ones? Red ones determine guilt, it seems. Red means conflicting choices. That doesn't seem right, though. Possible conspiracy, they might be working together. Ooh, murderers. I need to sit on that for a little bit, I think. Peter Carey was trying to conceal the murder of John Nelligan's father. Multiple options for who did it? Yeah, it seems like it. Because currently the idea is that if it requires strength, 2 people could have done it. Or one really strong person could have done it. I want to see if they know him at all. And then I'll check with the wife, see if she knows him as well. I probably should have gone to the wife first. Well. So what was Patrick doing there that night then? Patrick was in his room drinking by himself because he was an alcoholic.
I'm not saying another word.
Fine.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Okay, I guess they don't. Neither of them want to talk to me. Let's check the wife. I like that we have a carriage. Yeah, it's nice, huh? Also, it immediately changed me back out of my sailor outfit. If she knows anything about his sailor trips, she might know Peter. I mean, though she did say that her husband usually didn't get visitors. And he said that he hasn't been harpooning in about 10 years.
Leave me alone.
Yeah,
please.
she doesn't want to talk either. The pouch being there is weird. Wait, I wonder why to which thing, Aki? Oh, I don't want to get a bad ending. She doesn't want to talk? Well, yeah, but she doesn't want to talk because she's upset about her lover, not... You can talk to someone if you're in tears. He's looking for his father's paper inside the cabin, explains his presence at the scene of the murder. Thing is, I can't change. Karen's is guilty. Karen's being there is the most weird. Peter Carey was murdered by Patrick Cairns. Cairns is a professional harpooner. His tobacco pack was found inside Carey's cabin, and there were 2 drinks that were there. Killed Peter Carey, but the murder was not premeditated. It was self-defense against an armored and irrational drunken sailor. Because he did have a knife. Peter did have a knife. Absol. No. I want to... this is scary. I don't like it. I have so many options. As I sink down in my chair. No, I can't go back and talk to him. Because it's no longer available on my map. You said you wanted the option to fail. It's true, but damn, this is the very first thing. So, Nelligan was there to get papers that his father had sold, bond papers that his father had for his bank that went out of business, and he found out that the owner of those bonds was currently Peter Carey. They are in fact missing at the moment. Liam was the gardener for here, was having an affair with the wife of the deceased and didn't want to be found out. Yes, they are. I trust you to choose correctly. Oh, God. His footprint matches the footprint left in the garden, but that could be excused by the fact that he is literally their gardener. Then we have Peter Cairns, who had a tobacco pouch left in the room which had 2 glasses in it. He is also a professional harpooner, meaning that he has some knowledge of how to use a harpoon correctly. And there were 2 glasses on the table.
Someone drank from this glass recently.
There's 2 glasses on the table that both say that they had been drank out of recently. The deceased was fully dressed when he was found, meaning that he most likely knew the person that killed him. And Patrick worked under Peter on the boat, the Sea Unicorn, in 1833. There have been another. Can he do it while drunk, though? I'm not sure. That's the thing. So, the deceased, Peter, he had a knife, and the harpoon that killed Peter was hanging on this wall right here. So, if Peter had attacked Patrick, it is not, with the fishing knife, it is not out of the realm of possibility that Patrick would have been able to get up, or if he was standing, get the harpoon and push him back into the wall, as it is one of the biggest items in the room that you can easily pick up. And again, being that he is a professional harpooner, he would know how to use a harpoon right. That doesn't explain where the papers went, or how Nelligan's notebook got in here. It was after the fact. There was not blood splatter on top of it. There was only blood splatter on his notebook underneath, where it had fallen on top of the blood, meaning that the blood had already been there. I think it was Patrick. Sorry, the fact that they both have similar initials and similar names is confusing me. So, ow, sorry. I think it was Patrick, but I don't think that he did it out of malice. Because why would he come out of the woodwork so many years later to then murder him? Unless he knew Nelligan? I feel like we're missing something. That's the thing. I don't have anyone else to... I'm gonna go talk to Watson. You know what? I'm gonna talk to him. I'm sure he can give me some sort of weird insight. Hello, live-in husband. Please talk to me. Hello, husband.
You met Patrick Cairns, the harpooner. Do you believe he's the murderer?
That's all you have to say? Thank you, Watson.
You met Patrick Cairns, the harpooner. Do you believe he's
I'm
the
walking away from
murderer?
you now. I'm gonna change my outfit back to the other one because I like it better. I like the light suit better. Live-in husband? That's what he is! They're husbands. They live in the same house. I feel like it is Peter? Patrick? I don't want to be that wrong, though. The fact that he has to know his murderer is what's making it strange. Okay, so the evidence. Known as Black Peter, worked in Scandinavia, retired, Woodman's Lee. There is a gardener. Wife is very religious. Unidentified footprints, which we have confirmed, are in fact Liam's because he is the gardener. Outline of dust. Yes, there was a box that had valuable papers that has gone missing. We looked through the ship logs to find out who was on the ships at the same time, which is how we found Patrick. Patrick's pouch, tobacco pouch. Nelligan's book with the initials on it. CPR, meaning the Canadian print something, whatever it was. The sharp knife. Sharp knife found on the floor near the body of Black Peter. The blade shows no signs of use. Dawson, who is from our Dawson to my friend and partner, that was Nelligan's dad's ring. Peter Carey's boots don't match. He's wearing his dad's jacket. A heavy and sharp whaling harpoon. Same harpoon that was used to murder Peter Carey. Canadian Pacific Railway, that's what it was. Torn out. A number of the bond certificates with Nelligan's fathers disappeared were in Peter Carey's cabin. Letter seized from Hurtley. Portion of the text successfully covered. They found him. He's the gardener. Found a letter. His boots match. They were romantic letters. Patrick is a smoker. Patrick talks about how he watched Peter Carey murder Nelligan's dad. And Peter Carey was trying to conceal the murder of John Nelligan's father. In that note where you found the PC guy. Him? Told the story of how he observed Joshua Nelligan. How he observed Black Peter killing Joshua Nelligan, who is the father of the other guy. And he could have... Wait, so he's poor. He could have stolen the bonds. Patrick could have taken the bonds and was trying to slowly sell them off. Possible. So both know the dead guy killed the other guy's father. No. Only he knows that. Only Patrick and Peter know that Peter killed Nelligan's dad. The other two guys do not know about this. Would have been a collab between both. The son pays the harpooner with bonds to kill the father murderer. It's possible, but they didn't. I don't think they gave us that option. So, let's say he has motive. He was looking for the papers, retrieving the notebook. Feat of strength. I feel like he was there to confront him and the guy pulled a knife on him. What? That's fine. That doesn't agree with this. So, the only way to make that make sense is if it is both feat of strength, right? Motive. That would mean that feat of strength is required for 2 murderers. Yeah, because that takes that away. I have a feeling it was Patrick, though. I mean, because literally all 3 of them have reasons that they could have killed him. That they could have killed Peter. But specifically, Nelligan is noted as being very weak and small. Except, like, he's tall and lanky, essentially. Can we look at the personal information? What do you mean personal information? Do you mean their portraits? Like this? So, Patrick Cairns is an experienced harpooner, currently facing unemployment and poverty. He can be found most often in the Sea Witch, a public house deemed popular by sailors who are arm wrestlers for money. Which he also... So, that means that he's still strong if he's able to arm wrestle consistently as well. Like many of his kind, he is a heavy smoker, indicated by his yellow fingernails. Curtly is a stranger who was arrested by the police as a suspicious individual seen prowling around at night near Woodman's Lee. He was a former soldier who left the military in an honorable discharge after being wounded in the neck by shrapnel. He lives a quiet life as a gardener. Nelligan is approximately 19. He was raised in wealth, but after the desertion of his father 10 years ago, he and his family fell into poverty. He worked to earn money by cleaning fish. Despite undertaking such manual work for a considerable time, Nelligan remains physically weak. Peter Carey was born in 1845. He was 50 years of age. He was a daring and successful seal and whale hunter. He commanded the whaler sea unicorn of Dundee for many successful expeditions. In 1884, he retired and traveled for some years. For the remaining 6 years of his life, he lived at Woodman's Lee. And Judith. Judith is from the country somewhere near the ancient pine woods of Inverness and Strathspey, Scotland, where the crested titbird can be found. She is religious and undertook a St. James Way pilgrimage when she was a young woman. I think it was Patrick. The fact that it's valuable papers that were stolen, lab between lover and boy. I think it was Karen's. My issue is deciding if I condemn him or absolve him. He clearly has a bias against Peter because he watched him murder someone else in cold blood. And also, if he knew that he had the bonds, he knew that he'd be able to steal them. If he was able to retire and live fairly comfortably. I don't know if he did it on purpose, though. That's... okay. Sanity is overrated. Oh, no. Based on how angry he was at Peter, I'm gonna say he did it on purpose, and he used his past to convince Peter to let him in to the room he was drinking in, and then took advantage of him when Peter got drunk.
If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Holmes, could you explain it to me?
As I informed you on our way here, Patrick Cairns is the murderer of Black Peter.
Why bring me here? Wouldn't it be better if we were out looking for him?
That would be futile, as he will be with us in approximately 12 seconds.
Oh, well, if this is your idea of humour...
No, I just heard the front door. Prepare yourself.
Good day, gentlemen. A young lad gave me a note from Captain Ahab. Am I at the right address? Is he here?
Indeed, it is the correct address. But in place of your captain, may I present to you Inspector Lestrade
That's
of
fucked.
Scotland Yard?
That means...
It means, my friend, that you are arrested for the murder of Black Peter.
What? What? A trap? You think you can take me?
Here now. We'll have none of that.
And I say that we will.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm not holding my thing. Ah, what? Ah, I see. I don't just have to move the stick. I also have to click a button that they don't tell me to click. That's fun. Ah, just like the Matrix. Oh, fuck. Really? Come on now. You can't just change up the quick time events on me like this, man. I'm not made for quick time events. Ugh. So he seems very quick to anger.
Lestrade, are you all right? Are you able to stand?
Oh, my jaw. Cool. He took me by surprise, Mr. Holmes. Otherwise, he would have seen what I'm capable of.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, he was lucky.
But you got him.
I did.
It was remarkably easy. He lost his balance after he struck you.
And you practice boxing, I know. You must have hit him hard. Our fellow is knocked out.
We should call for a police cab and then take you to the hospital.
Yes, well, no need for a hospital. I would prefer to keep this between us. You know.
Yeah, keep it between
Of
us.
course, Inspector.
Except when you have a
The
giant
case
bruise
is
on your face
closed.
tomorrow. Peter Carey was murdered by Patrick Cairns, a professional harpooner. The only one capable of executing such an accurate throw. His tobacco pouch was found inside Carey's cabin. He is a cold-blooded murderer. You have to bring him to justice. Clues found. Conclusion. Cairns guilty. Moral choice. Condemn him. Told to check your conclusion. May spoil the game experience. Choose another ending. Accept decision. I think I gotta accept this. You're about to finish a case. Save files for this case will be removed. Press no if you'd like to select another moral choice. God, the fact that it asks you 4 separate times. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Fuck. Your ranking. Personality ranking is Justice Seeker. Case statistics. People solve the case the same way, 81%. People with the same moral choice is 40. You did make the right decision. No, I'm not sure, but we're gonna go with it. Yeah, that was how I was feeling that entire time.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is. The one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Bees. Oh, he twerked.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We're about to depart for the train station.
I know.
That's his brother?
No.
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need help.
Sounds like he needs to blow his nose.
I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That's the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further...
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Well then. We are just about to hit 3 hours, and we are just about to start another case, but have not gotten into it yet. So I think this would actually be a good place to stop. I'm glad that I somehow figured that out. I have no idea if he was in fact cold-blooded, but he did murder him. And he did punch a dude in the face, and punched me in the face, in fact, as well. Let us go switch to... That's not what I want. Let's switch to full screen. That. I need to plug my hands back in. First, I should write daily reminders. Plug my hands back in. There we go. I should also check who else is also streaming right now. Phone. Please. Who else? I don't really have any friends who are streaming, but there is Dreedy who is once again playing some Dead by Daylight. Let me know how that sounds for you guys if you want to go over and see Dreedy for some more Dead by Daylight. Alright, so while we consider that, daily reminders. This is your personal... Also take you to the front. Here we go. This is your own personal daily reminder to drink some water, have a meal, oh god, arm. Have at least one meal or a really good snack today. Bruh. Thank you for the demon hands. Boba. Okay, give me a second. There we go. Also to go to bed at a relatively appropriate time of bed for you, whether that be 2 a.m. or 4 in the afternoon. As long as you get sleep, that is the important part. Also, this is my own personal reminder to bonk bonk, be kind to yourself, be kind to myself, you be kind to yourself. It's difficult, it takes a lot of work, but it is really worth the effort. Every tiny little movement forward is a movement forward. That is what you need to be focusing on. Anything you put your mind to, you can achieve. I believe in you. I hope you believe in me. I had a good time today. We solved a mystery. We caught the bad guy. We figured out why he did it. And I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me, because I enjoyed hanging out with you. I will be back on Tuesday with more Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishment. And on Saturday, we will be doing House of Ashes with my partner over there. I don't know what he's going to be playing next week. And he's currently in a game of Back 4 Blood. I'm gonna guess it's more Back 4 Blood and more Phasmophobia, from what I can guess. But I'm unsure. So, while I finish up that, let me unplug my hands again so I can type correct one. Alrighty. Have a good rest of your weekend. Have a good rest of your time zone. I hope you stay safe, and I can't wait to see you on Tuesday of next week. Bye, friends. Bye-bye.